So, I traveled about 1,199 miles or so to attend an event, and I slept in the car there throughout the entire event. And I'll explain in this video why I chose to do that, even though I could have had countless other opportunities to have a room to stay in, right? And it's probably the best decision I've had, but you're going to find out in this video, so stay tuned until the end.
So there are things, right, that many of us want in life, but many of us are not willing to put in the work to achieve those things. Now, my question to you is, do you ever feel stuck? Or my question to you is, perhaps, do you feel stuck in the little yet abounding world around you, right? Now, here's why. Because as someone that wants to go out into the world and take on the world by yourself, and so that you can go and make your dreams come true, there's possibly only 1% of people that on this planet, right, that actually take the risk to bet on themselves and go all in on themselves. 100%. That's why they call the 1%ers. Now, obviously, we can debate and say that there's more that go and take risks, but only the 1% succeed. Of course, we can obviously say that is a case as well. So just from a grand scenario, right, let's just say that of all the people in the planet, the point that I'm trying to make is that not many people actually want to go out and take the risk and bet on themselves. And I mean, bet on themselves to extreme, which is leave the job. I don't recommend that, by the way, but leave the job, right? And it's just you not knowing where the next dollar is coming from. That's what I'm talking about. And that's totally fine though, right? For those that don't want that into their life, there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone wants ultra wealth. Not everyone wants the opulent lifestyle and the fancy cars and the private jets, etc. Right? Some just want peace and quiet. Others want to live a life that's centered around love and happiness, right? Others want financial security and freedom of not having financial stress, right? And the list goes on. So success is really different and for everybody. A teacher that aspires to become the principal is striving for success, and upon taking action to accomplish that goal is already successful. So, and by the way, I'll share with you my story of the trip I went to. Just stay in the tune. I just have to give you guys context of what's really happening here and why I chose to sleep in the car. Now, you guys have already heard that success is not the destination, it's the journey. You already heard that, it's about getting there in the road. So, never judge someone that dreams of being the best housewife. And this is something I had to remind myself as well, right? And I still have to do it today, because we get so focused in our bubble that we are focused on, that everyone that is not having the same desires as us, we tend to neglect them. So I always have to remind myself daily that success is different for everyone, right? Never judge someone that dreams of being the best housewife, being the best teacher, for example. Hey, by the way, I like these shirts. These are actually good quality shirts, but the one thing I dislike about it is that, as you can see, this side, they have a firm, I don't know what you call this thing, but this side, they don't have the same strength. So it happens that this side does this every time. So I always have to fix that. So I wish that they can use the same rigidness material and put it on this edge as well, so it sits up. But anyways, that's something I've been noticing. See if I can pick out a different one. Also have to do this. And I don't like it like that. So you've probably heard that, blah, blah, blah. Now, everyone's striving for success in their own way. What I want is something that I know for a fact not many want, right? So in order for me to keep on keeping on that path, I had to make an investment that I knew would benefit me, right? Incredibly, not only long term, but short term. Now, the fact is that some of us, definitely me at times, think that what I'm going through, I'm the only one that's going through it, and it's only me, and why me, and blah, 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 right? And that's completely incorrect. Now, let me explain. What happens is I start to sometimes isolate and shelter myself because I think that, oh, I'm the only one that's going through this. You won't understand. She won't understand. He won't understand. Or they won't understand that this is happening, that why this is happening, that that's happening. You start questioning if you're going through, or if what you're going through is what you're actually supposed to go through and experience on the journey, right? Or if you're going the complete opposite direction of where you want to be, right? So I wonder if you've experienced that before. I wonder if you have probably noticed yourself thinking that way before. If you have, quickly pause the video right now and comment a 1 in the chat below. Comment a 1 in the chat below if you have noticed yourself thinking that before. Alright, cool. You're back. So, I'm going to tell you my story about my trip. Now, it was about 1,199 miles, so to say, away from where I went. And what happened is that I booked the event, and through the event you could get actually discounted rooms because it was a pretty decent hotel, right? I was late for that, so all those discounted rooms were sold out. When I got to the event, actually before I called them, when I got to the event, let me fast forward the story. When I got to the event, before I got to the event, I called them, I asked if there's rooms available. They said there weren't rooms available, it's pretty booked out because there were weddings and all these things taking place. There were about 3 weddings or 2 weddings at the hotel that weekend as well, in addition to the event. So rooms were booked out. So I asked myself, do I really want to go and find or get a place away from the event, or do I want to stay as close to the event as possible? I wanted to stay as close to the event as possible, as close to the energy that surrounded that event, because there's a lot going on at that event that I wanted to be as close to, right? So I said, okay, you know what? I already have the car rental. Everything else is booked. Let me sleep in the car. Why not? Now, the reason why I decided to sleep in the car is because I put a challenge on myself, which was, and by the way, I knew that without a doubt, if whoever I told I'm sleeping in the car, they would say, come stay with me, because that's the type of people I was around. And those are the type of friendships I have over there. But I didn't want that. I didn't want that offer to present itself. So I didn't let anyone know. When every time they asked me where I'm staying, I always just said off-site, off-site, off-site. And that's it. I didn't want them to know I was sleeping in the car, else they'll offer a place to stay. And I didn't want to say no, but I didn't want that offer because I wanted to stay in the car intentionally. So anyways, my whole goal was to challenge myself and say, all right, how badly do I really want to be at this event, number 1. Number 2, what are the benefits of being at an event, especially when you travel so far away from home? Building connections, building networks, building friendships, getting to know people. This is what happens at events. So I said, if I get a place off-site, I'm going to limit myself from all the people I can get to know, all the new friends I can create, because this event doesn't happen often, right? These people I might only see once in my lifetime. So I decided, I said, all right, fine, let me stay in the car. That's challenge number 1. Challenge number 2, I told myself that I am going to be the last person that leaves the hotel lobby every night. That is my challenge. I told myself I'm going to be the last person that leaves the hotel lobby every night. What does that mean? That means that when everyone is going to sleep, I'm still there hanging out with all the other people that are still awake, still networking, still chatting, still chilling. Guys are smoking cigars, women are having glasses of wines, whatever. I'm there, and that was my plan. I slept probably, in the 3 nights, I probably slept about, the first night I went to bed at about 3, woke up at 8 or so that's 5. Second night I slept about 3 hours, that's about 8. I slept total probably 6, 7, no, I'm joking, 8, probably 12 hours. I slept probably 12 to 13 hours in 3 nights, right? So I was there, had a lot of fun, but my whole goal was sleep in the car so that I can stay in the hotel and stay around the hotel and network as much as possible. And what's fun is that this actually proved itself true. My hypothesis of what could happen if I got a place off site actually happened to a gentleman that I met over there. They stayed off site. These guys were barely at the hotel because they got some place outside. They would come for the event, they'd leave out, they'd come back, they'd leave out. And you're missing so many valuable interactions that you could have had, right? By doing this. And when I saw this, I knew, I said, okay, cool. I made the right decision by staying here because these guys are missing out on a lot. So I stayed there, and what I was able to get out of that by being the last person to leave, because that was a challenge I made to myself, and everyone who asked me where I stayed, I always said off-site because I didn't want to get asked where I'm staying. I was able to build incredible relationships with genuine people that just want the best for you, right? Number two, I was able to spend time learning about how others think, act, and behave so that I can gain wisdom from them. And I've realized that the people that stayed awake the longest were successful. Obviously, this not that they weren't the only successful ones, right? But they were successful in their careers as well. Business owners running incredible organizations, having paid out millions in commissions, right? These are the guys that are sitting around and getting to know. That's number two. So I was able to spend time learning about how they think, act, and behave, so I can learn and extract wisdom from them, because my whole goal was just to be a sponge, right? To soak in as much as possible. And then capitalize on the networks that were there, right? Just getting to know people, getting to know what people are doing, how people are doing, where they're coming from, getting to meet people from all walks of life, learning about different cultures. I wouldn't have been able to do this if I stayed at a place offsite, and that's why I chose to sleep in the car. So sleeping in the car was the best decision I've made. By the way, if you like this video, press the like button, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone that you think it will come of value to. So yeah, and all in all, I took out from that is resilience, right? How badly do you want it? I wanted to be at the event. I wanted to meet and be around people that are like-minded, like myself. That was the main intention behind this event, is to get around like-minded people, because when you're going on a certain path in life, not everyone thinks like you. Not everyone behaves like you. Not everyone wants the things that you want. So it really, really, really helps to immerse yourself in scenarios, in places, in events, in conferences where there are people that think like you, so you can start to feel this togetherness, so you can start to build a camaraderie, so you can start to build a mastermind of like-minded individuals. Because yes, there's some people that you're not going to connect with, and that's totally fine. But there are people that would do whatever they can to be close to you, to know you, to get to know you, to call you their friend, right? And these are the people that you will cherish. So that's what I got from that event. Incredible relationships. Sleeping in the car was the best decision I've made. Staying close to the hotel was the best decision I've made. And challenging myself to be the last person that goes to bed, or last person that leaves that lobby, the patio, whichever it is, best thing that I've ever made. Now, the things that happen and what I would recommend you, right, if you're entrepreneur, business owner, making anywhere less than, or from 0 to 10K per month, and even beyond, right? Doesn't matter. Embrace events where you can learn from others, number one. Associate with like-minded people. Sometimes we go on this journey where we feel so alone because not everyone understands what we're going through. We always have to lead ourselves every day to do things that many others don't do or cannot relate to. So put yourself at least once a year, right? Extremely powerful thing. Put yourself at least once a year at an event, in an environment with like-minded people. If you're in a country or a city where these people are in your local city and they meet regularly once per week or so, I would highly engage in that. And then just do whatever it takes, right, to be around these networks, because it only happens, like for example, this event was only 3 days long, 2 to 3 days. And for me, I had to sacrifice a place to sleep. I had to sacrifice going off-site so that I can spend more time at the event, outside the event, speaking to people, going to the pool, hanging out with people, and just learning from everyone else. But also, most important, building relationships. Genuine relationships with people that you care about and with people that care about you, right? and you'll be surprised at the benefits and incredible relationships that are created from these events. You never know. Your future business partner might be at your next event, right? Your future husband or wife might be at the next event, because these things do happen. Your future best friend might be at the next event. You never know. So that's my takeaway from this weekend. Sleeping in the car was the best decision I made this weekend. And by the way, you might ask how I was able to shower and all these things. I'll actually put a video below. I did take one video. I forgot to take a video in the car, by the way, but I did take one video of myself in the locker room. What I'll do is every morning I'll just go and wake up before everyone else. Well, I didn't really care anyways. I really didn't care if people saw me sleep in the car. I did not care at all. At all. But I didn't tell them, the ones who asked, because I didn't want to hear the offer of, hey, come stay in my place, because I knew that would come. But I'd use the locker room, the gentleman's locker room, and I'd shower there, iron my clothes. I had a steamer, a portable steamer that I traveled with. I'll be shaving over there, so shaving, making sure I'm clean for the event. And all that good stuff with locker room. Sometimes I'll leave my bag there or not. I'll stay there and come back, etc. But all in all, do whatever it takes to immerse yourself around like-minded people. If you go to events, especially if you travel far, try to stay at the hotel where the event is. If you cannot, do whatever you can to spend as much time at the event location as possible, because you're not only going there for the event itself, but you're going there for the relationships that are created outside of the event itself. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone, share it with your best friend, and I appreciate you for giving me your time. And this shirt, man, I gotta do something with this shirt, man. I probably have to start buying new ones.